Okay, I apologize ahead of time. I'm gonna have to do a voiceover on this. Something went wrong with the audio for some reason. But welcome to Whitehouse Farm, and today we're gonna be doing the honeybee super. That's what this is right here. That's what I'm pointing to. I'm gonna go ahead and check on the bees too, because it has been a while since we checked in on them, and I know that they're building up their hive pretty good. And that's my stainless steel bee smoker. And what I have here are the quick lights. And what I did, I already put in some leaves and some other vegetation to get it smoking really good. And I'm going to go ahead and light it up and get it going here. So as you can see, it's smoking pretty good. I would definitely recommend getting one of these if you don't have one. It just makes things a lot easier. Um, the regular smokers, they work fine and all, but this just, when you're handling all the hives and stuff, and you can just press a button to get the smoke instead of trying to pump a bag and stuff, it just makes things a lot easier. Okay, there's the new hive to the left that I just built. And what I'll be doing eventually is seeing if the hive I got going right now, if they start building any queen cells in their hive, I'm going to go ahead and transfer them over into that new one, and then dump some of the bees in there and see if I can get a second hive going. So, oh, there you go. There's the bees. They're doing pretty good. It was cold a couple days prior, but now it's going to be starting to heat up. So I'm going to actually end up opening their opening to a bigger slot, and you could actually remove the entire wood piece if you want once it starts getting warmer, to let them go in and out. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to start removing the racks here and start taking everything apart. And I'm going to go ahead and take the top cover off. And you can see all the bees that were up in there. And that was the pollen pack that I had put in there for them. And they seem to like it. They've been gnawing away on it pretty good. There's the inner cover. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. The bees, they pretty much glue these things together pretty good. What they do, they go through the whole hive and they seal up all the joints in there. So you actually got to use your little pry bar there to pop them off and open up everything. Stuck on there pretty good. Also remove the cap from the back so they can also enter through that way. And there you go, there's some more bees. Look at them. And now on top is the queen excluder, and that prevents the queen from climbing up into the honey super that I'm going to be adding onto there. So that way she's not laying any type of larva or anything up in there. You can see the smoker works really good. Just press the button and the bees go away. They'll start climbing down into the hive. And even the queen excluder was on there pretty good. It's amazing what the bees can do. And always try to be gentle when you're moving the stuff. You don't want to crush your bees, and that's that's not good. You want them to produce honey, not get crushed. Okay, what I'm doing here, I'm gonna try and remove a couple frames and just see how they're doing. And if you remember from my last video where I put them in, I left a lot of the frames empty, so they actually filled up quite a bit of these frames without having any wax frames in there or anything. And it's definitely a healthy colony, as you could tell. I'm gonna get a little closer to show you here, and you can see where some of the wax peeled off and the honey's just dripping down, but they're filling them up pretty good. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You can see the honey dripping. Look at that. The bees will actually find that honey and they'll reclaim it and bring it back in. But they're doing really good, and they're pretty healthy. And you just always want to be gentle. Once again, you don't want to crush any of your bees. So you can put it back in, just be careful. And you can see there, all the bees all through there. You can see the honey over there. That guy's going to be lapping it up. Pure honey. And smells really good too. And this is where I'm gonna open up the hole for them, make it bigger. There's a couple different slots on this piece, and this was the smallest one just because it was cold out. But now it's getting warmer. So, yep. And there's the piece that's gonna allow a lot more bees in. But once it starts getting warmer, even warmer than it has been, you could take that whole block out and let the bees enter all through there. Now here's the thing, all the bees are still trying to go in that little opening, but it's blocked now because it's turned. But you'll see that they start to figure it out. Once one of them figures it out, they'll all start going through there. It's pretty neat. So after checking on them and making sure that they're doing pretty good, adding the honey super on here, I just gotta remember I need to put on the queen excluder first. I almost put it on without it, and that wouldn't have been good. So you go ahead and put your queen excluder on, line it up, and then put the honey super on top. That way the queen bee can't get into where all the other bees are. And these honey supers are going to be used strictly for honey. And then probably in another month or so, I'll have to add another one. But as you can see, I'm showing you, I got the wax frames in there. And these are made from pure honey beeswax. It's just to help them get started. So now that we got the honey super on there, we're going to put the inner cover back on, and we're going to start assembling everything back together and then put the top cover on. But at least now you get to see how the bees are doing, and they're actually doing pretty good. And we got to add on the honey super, and hopefully they'll start filling that up and we'll be able to start collecting honey here soon. So here's another close-up. As you can see, some of the bees are still trying to go in the hole, but it's blocked now. The other ones are figuring it out. So here it is with the new honey super on, and you can see the queen excluder in between there, and they'll actually fill that whole thing. Like when I was first taking it off, that's what I'm trying to explain here, but unfortunately the audio doesn't work. But yeah, they do a good job filling any gaps and cracks and stuff, and they keep it pretty much airtight. Alright, so once again, sorry about the voiceover, but I hope you guys like, enjoy, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
You can't say goodbye without saying goodbye to me.
Alright, Olaf. We'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye, Obo.
Hi, guys.